Good morning, my lovely ladies and business women rising above. How are you this morning? Welcome to our Business Growth Insights training for the week. I hope you had a wonderful week last week and you are having a great week so far this week as well. Just bear with me while I'm just setting up so I can see all your comments this morning. Let me know that you can see and hear me okay. That is a very important thing, that you can see and hear me okay. I am really looking forward to getting into today's topic of setting goal setting for the year ahead. So we are now, what are we, almost 3 weeks into January. This is the perfect time to set your goals for the year ahead if you haven't already. I have set goals for this year that I feel like for the first time ever, really. I feel like I'm just kicking the goals. Good morning, Parme. Hello, Susan. I can see that you're both watching. Welcome. Thank you for joining me. And I feel like, the first time in a long time, I am just like kicking these goals. I'm really starting to achieve them. And I have taken upon this action of goal setting like never before. It is something that I have continued to do, and I'm finding that I'm getting better. So I thought, as I'm growing and learning in this, I really wanted to come and share it with you ladies as well. So we're going to get into the training today. Let me just share my screen with you all. And let me know if you can see me and hear me okay. It looks like you can. Just want to check that you can. Oh, excuse me. So before I get going with the training too, I want to remind you of something, something new that we're doing in the group, and it actually starts this week. So as well as these Tuesday business growth insights that we're doing in this group, on Thursday mornings at the same time at 9:30, we're also going to have members spotlights where you have an opportunity to be interviewed and showcase your business, which is very exciting. Yes, you do hear me and see me. Great. Thank you, Parme. Which is really, really exciting that you will have the opportunity to spotlight your business. I think I have 4 people booked in, possibly 5 for the next few weeks. If you would like to be interviewed and have the opportunity to showcase your business, let me know below. Pop the word interview below if you would like to have the opportunity to showcase your business in this group of, I think we're up to about almost 860 beautiful women now. So very exciting. All right. Let's get going with today's training. So as I said, we're going to talk about goal setting for the year ahead. And, you don't have to just use this for 2022. You can use it whenever you like. Okay, so first of all, we want to talk about why exactly is goal setting so important, right? Now, last week we spoke about manifesting your dreams in business, okay? When you think about dreams, dreams and goals are different, because it's one thing to have a dream, which is great. Sometimes what we do with dreams is we keep them up here. So they stay a dream because we don't take any action on them. So if you look at that saying there, right, setting goals is the first step in turning the invisible into visible. So another way to put it is, a dream is just a dream until you write it down. When you write that dream down, it becomes a goal, right? So when you create that goal, that is when you really start taking action on that goal. And you can see yourself achieving the goals, and those dreams become a reality, right? The dreams become visible. As you're setting those goals, you're taking action on your goals, then you're making your dreams become a reality. And this is a little bit, actually, it's a lot, how I feel at the moment. I am starting literally later this morning. We are having our very first training session of the Heart and Soul Business Academy. Now, this is a dream that I have had for, oh God, I don't know how long, but for a long time I kept it up here and I didn't do anything about it. It was just a thought. Whereas probably really mid last year, a little bit, probably about April, May last year, I really started to see it as more of a dream. I started to write things down. I started to take action, put things into place. And instead of it just being a dream anymore, it became a goal, something to aim for. And now, because I've taken the steps, I've taken the action, it is literally my dream becoming a reality. And this is what I want for you ladies as well. So why is goal setting so important, right? Because it gives you something to aim for. It gives you a purpose, as I said. It keeps you motivated, right? You want to stay motivated. You want to stay focused. If you don't have anything to work towards, what often happens is that you fly by the seat of your pants, or you just do for the sake of doing, right? You don't really have a reason why you're doing things. And this is where, because you don't really have anything to aim for, this is why we procrastinate. This is one reason why we procrastinate, because it's kind of like, yeah, well, this is a dream I have, but I haven't set any goals, or I don't have a way of getting there. So setting the goals, as well as giving you something to aim towards, it keeps you motivated to keep going. It helps you stay focused on what you're doing. It gives you control on what you're doing. It gives you clarity on your direction. Oh my God, so much clarity when you have certain goals that you set for yourself, right? Again, you are doing with an intention rather than just doing for the sake of doing. And when I got that clarity for the Academy on how, and this is what I teach in the Academy itself, is I teach you how to create the goals, what to put in action to be able to achieve your goals in business in particular, right? So we help give you that clarity. And a big one for, and this is why we set like things like New Year's resolutions, right, is personal satisfaction when you achieve those goals. Such a sense of satisfaction, I can't even get it out, such a sense of satisfaction when we achieve those dreams that we've made a goal, right? Even when you think about, when you bring the goals down into daily actions, when you think you have a to-do list and you start to tick things off the to-do list, those little things of personal satisfaction that you get every time you tick things off the list, right? So these are some reasons why it is really important to set goals. Now, in business, especially what I have found is if you don't have goals, it's less likely that you're going to achieve success. Again, because you don't have anything specific to work towards. So what you can do is set goals in different areas of your life, right? So I know that, hello, Reg, how are you, beautiful lady? Welcome, welcome. I know that often when we go to set goals, right, especially, and let's look at New Year's resolutions being the start of 2022, that we kind of tend to write down this big long list, right? This is everything that I want to achieve in the year, okay? So when you do that, you might get a list a mile long, and this is where you can get really overwhelmed. And because it looks like you've got so much to achieve, it's really overwhelming, and you just go, oh, that looks all too hard, and you kind of freeze, it's kind of freeze from overwhelm. Okay, so rather what you can do is take different areas of your life and split up what goals you want to have in different areas of the life. So for instance, you might want to set goals in personal and professional development. You might want to set goals in the area of family and friends, or connections, whatever you want to call that. You might want to set goals in business and career. So I think most of us in this group are business women, so you're probably going to want to set specific goals in your business. And business development and education. This is the same but different. So it's things that, for instance, you might want to join the Heart and Soul Business Academy, or hire someone to help you in your business, help you to grow in your business, which is what the Academy is all about. So, you know, you might have a goal of something specific that you want to learn in your business. Spirituality, finances, most of us will set a financial goal. Romantically, that's a good goal to have. And the last one I'm going to add here is something that I believe is overlooked far too often: fun and recreation. Make sure that you always set a goal in this area as well, right? I think that a lot of us have these, you know, we have these big aspirations in business, which is fantastic. We have these big financial goals, which is unreal, but we forget about the fun, right? Running a business is a busy thing to do. and I get that, and I know that because I do it. But we're all human, and we need to have that sense of fun. We need to have that break. We need to have the fun and recreation in our lives. So always make sure that you remember to set goals in this area. So one area that I have, you know, in fun and recreation, I do have a goal in this area this year. Depending on how things pan out in the next 6 months or so, I have a goal that I'm going to go for a holiday up to Queensland, and I'm going to hug and visit some beautiful friends of mine that I only met in person last year. So that's like a goal, a fun and recreational goal that I have. I have personal development goals. I think I've mentioned to you ladies that I'm studying manifestation. So that's something that I'm doing in the area of personal development and spirituality. Business, yes, absolutely. I have business goals. Financial goals come into that as well. So do I have goals romantically? Well, I have a beautiful partner, so I kind of really haven't even looked into that area. So you don't really need to do something in every area, right? It's honestly, it's all up to you as an individual on how you want to do it. But when you rather than having that big list a mile long, when you separate them into smaller lists, it helps you get more targeted in where you want to focus your goals. And this will help you with that focus, with that clarity, right? And with that understanding of where you're actually heading. So we want to use something called SMART goals to help you, excuse me, I'm just going to take a drink of water because, my goodness, I seem to talk so fast. I get so excited with all this stuff. Okay. So when you go to set these goals, most of you have probably heard about something called SMART goals before. And the short version is that you want them to be specific. So rather than just saying, and I'm going to use the example of, say, weight loss, because it's kind of like a really easy, it's like an easy example. So specific. So rather than just saying, I want to lose weight this year, you want to be a bit more specific. So you might say, I want to lose 10 kilos this year, right? A fantastic goal to have. So that's a little bit more specific. You want it to be measurable, right? So, okay, you want to be specific, you want to lose 10 kilos, you want it to be measurable. Are you able to measure how you're going to do that? So are you going to do it with diet? Are you going to do it with exercise, right? That's the two logical ways to lose weight, okay? You want it to be achievable. So if you were to say that I want to lose 10 kilos in the next month, right, that's a lot of weight to lose in a month. So that's probably very much what I would call overachievable. Okay, it's highly unlikely that that's going to happen. So you might want to make it say, I'm going to lose weight with diet and exercise. I'm going to lose 10 kilos in the next 6 months, right? And what that does is it takes you and you work that out, and it kind of makes it, okay, so it's measurable. So I'm going to be able to lose 1 to 2 kilos per month. That should take me to my 10 kilo loss within the 6 months, right? You want it to be realistic. So you can see how these all work together. Is it realistic that you are able to do that? Do you have the resources available to you to be able to help you do that? So, for instance, do you need to have exercise equipment that's going to help you do that? Do you have access to a eating plan? I don't like the word diet. Anyway, it's just me personally. Do you have access to a specific eating plan that you can follow? So you want to be realistic, maybe with the resources. So another word that R can stand for is resources as well. The general one it stands for is realistic. And then timely. So once again, you want to do it within that 6 months. Is it realistic that you can put a plan of action into place for yourself and do it within 6 months? So with these SMART goals, when you're setting them, for me, I think they're all just as important to each other, but the one that stands out, good morning, Lucia. The one that stands out for me the most, I think, is achievable. And something that, you ladies know that very much for me, mindset and motivation are a big area of business. And I know that when I set goals for my business in particular, I have set goals that are too hard to achieve by the time I want to achieve them. So, for instance, if I want to say I'm going to, achieve $1 million in the next 6 months, right? That's going to be too overwhelming for me to get to that. Is it achievable? Well, I don't think it's achievable, and I can't see that it is realistic that I'm going to achieve that. So I want to bring it back, right? Is there a certain amount of money that I can decide that I want to, that's achievable and that's realistic with the resources that I have, that I'm going to be able to achieve in 6 months' time, right? And yes, it is. SMART goal method, yes, 100%, absolutely, Mame. It's a brilliant strategy to follow. And in the Heart and Soul Business Academy, we talk very much about SMART goals, but we go even deeper into it, where we talk about what very much your specific goals, and then I give you the how and the process to follow in how to achieve those goals in your business and also in your mindset as well. So, in the area, we very much work in the area of marketing, but also mindset and motivation as well. So some things to remember, lovely ladies. The first thing is that when you set your goals, and something that I think we all get into the trap of when we set our New Year's resolutions, is you don't have to do it all at once. This is something that I constantly have to remind myself of, because I am a person who likes to, and Lucia, you will know this, I'm the person that likes to go at a bullet a gate, right? I'm like, let's just get it all done straight away. So something I have to remind myself of is to slow down, to calm down, take a breath, don't worry, don't hurry, trust the process that I have set for myself. Trust the process that I'm learning from the people that I'm learning from. Okay, this is something that my coach says a lot. Trust the process. And I've needed to adopt that and slow down, calm down. Honestly, it's quite often during the day when I'll just have to stop and go, take a breath. It's all good, Ali. Actually, I had to do this yesterday. This week is an insanely busy week for me, which is, it's an exciting week. It's a busy week. So yesterday was insanely busy, and I literally woke up at 2:30 a.m. in the morning with all this stuff going around in my mind. So I had to get up, I had to write down and get everything that I wanted to do out of my mind. I went back to bed, and when I woke up yesterday, it was kind of like, I've got so much, I've got these goals that I have to achieve today. And all through the day, I just remembered that A, there's only so much I can do in a day, but B, it was to calm down, just do it methodically, right? So small intentional steps on a daily basis is a perfect way to start setting and achieving your goals, right? As long as you are taking those daily intentional steps, then you are going to always be making progress on being able to achieve the goals that you have set for yourself, right? So again, can't say it enough. Slow down, calm down, don't worry, don't hurry, trust the process, right? Take a screenshot of this, ladies. If you need to go, I love that, write it down, right? You could actually make that one of your goals. Circumstances and surroundings may change, right? If there is one thing that all of us have seen in the last couple of years, is that things change that are out of our control. And so therefore your goalposts might need to shift a little bit. You might need to change up your goals a little bit, and that's perfectly okay. It's actually natural, right, to change up your goals as you go. You know, I started when I started my business, I started with a goal in personal coaching. And, you know, those of you who have followed me for a little while would know that my goalposts change. I've transitioned. I've gone into, I have added business coaching to that as well, which is why I teach, you know, in not only in marketing. I don't just teach the business coaching in the academy, but it's the mindset as well, because it all comes together, right? And so it is okay to change up your goals. It's not the worst thing on earth if you need to do it. And I had to do that so much last year, it wasn't funny. So this is when you need to always go back and trust the process. Oh, I'm loving these love hearts, girls. Keep coming. Oh, it makes me feel so good to get all the love hearts. So these are some great ways that you can, you know, set your goals for the year to come. And, you know, I know that when you do this, when you write them down, when you have those dreams become reality, you know, when you make those dreams become goals, you write them down, they become that living document. This is when you are really going to start making things become a reality. As long as you're taking that daily intentional action, things are going to happen, right? So ladies, if you are, you know, as I said, today is the very first day we are starting training in the Heart and Soul Business Academy. Now, if you would like more information, if you've watched this today and you're going, yes, I want to know more, I want to grow my business, it is not too late to join. We have 2 spots left in the academy, and, you know, I would love to chat to you about whether the academy is for you. If you would like to have a talk to me, pop the word confidence below, and we will be in touch with you, and we'll have a little chat, you and I. You know, yes, okay, so you might miss today's training. That is perfectly okay. You know, we record all the trainings, and it's certainly not too late to join. So I'd love to have a chat with you about the academy. Pop confidence in the comments below, and we'll be in touch. So ladies, thank you for joining me on this training today. And we will see you again, as I said, live in the group on Thursday morning at 9:30 for our business members spotlight, where we're going to be speaking to the amazing Annie Burke. This is going to be a really interesting interview. I actually can't wait to interview Annie. So thank you, ladies, for joining me. We will see you again next week. Don't forget, confidence in the chat if you'd like to have a talk to me about the Heart and Soul Business Academy. All right. Mwah. Bye, lovelies.